There is a country song queen who has been popular for 60 years. When she left behind a question that no one could have guessed. Speaking of the name Loretta, everyone thinks they know her very well. A girl who crawled out of a poor canyon in Kentucky. Write all the hardships and losses you have experienced into this song, becoming the voice in the hearts of millions of professional women. Every step she took to fame was on stage. From a rundown house to the most impressive stage, fans watched her rise and fall. But behind the applause and glory of these years, there was a problem that kept bothering her until the end of her life. Who does this woman love the most in her life? Some people believe it was the man she married when she was in her teens. Some people say she risked her life to give birth to and raise these children. Some people believe that this is the music itself, because only music accompanied her through those loneliness and hardships. In her later years, Loretta hardly responded to these speculations. Ming and Lee are nothing to her anymore. She gradually realized that there is no perfect love in the world. The most genuine emotions are those endured in arguments and tears, until she leaves this world in October 2022. Before that, everyone truly realized how shocking the imperfect but enduring love she spoke of was. Today, let's talk about 5 people who have influenced her life, especially the last one. She not only achieved her own legend, she still hides the deepest emotional secret of her life. Ranked 5th is Patsy Cline. At that time, Loretta had just arrived in Nashville for an exploration. There were big stars everywhere in the room, and she felt like she was nothing. Patsy can tell at a glance what this girl has. She doesn't think Loretta is a threat. On the contrary, I took her to buy performance costumes and taught her how to stand on stage. Patsy is not only a guide, but also a sister who really understands her. Lolita was covered in thorns, and he had full confidence in her. Unfortunately, the good days didn't last long. In 1963, a plane crash took Patsy away. For Loretta, this message is like earth-shattering news. She felt that the only person who understood her had already left. In the following decades, whenever Patsy was mentioned, her eyes would turn red. This brief yet precious friendship became the light of her life. On the road of music, there is another person who prefers her singing voice. The 4th one is Conway Twitty. As long as they come on stage together, fans will feel that they must be having an affair. This tacit understanding is so natural that it doesn't even look worn out. In fact, there is no romantic relationship between them. But this is an extremely trusting confidant relationship. As a top duet partner in the country music industry, they never steal the limelight when singing. Sound can naturally and perfectly blend together. They toured together and experienced storms among the audience. Emotions are as deep as families. In 1993, Conway suddenly fell ill and passed away unexpectedly. Lolita's world instantly collapsed into 2 halves. Without his harmony, the stage becomes desolate and desolate. This deep-rooted love does not need to be explained by a male-female relationship. But no matter how beautiful the stage is, Lolita's biggest concern is still the people waiting for her at home after every performance. The 3rd person who entered the depths of her life was her child. Every time I wear shiny clothes and sing on stage, she only thinks about those children at home in her heart. Becoming famous made her miss out on the children's growth process. But once she returns to the farm, she will be just an ordinary mother. The most painful things in life are experiencing 2 things: a white-haired man betraying a black-haired man. My eldest son accidentally drowned. The eldest daughter also walked ahead of her. These blows almost took her life. But she always felt that compared to those gold records, raising children is the proudest thing in her life. The 2nd one is her own sister, Crystal. My sister has been watching her struggle in the music industry since she was young. When my sister also wanted to sing, Lolita doesn't think she's a match. On the contrary, some people advised her not to learn from herself. You must sing your own style. because of my sister's guidance. My sister is famous for her unique and gentle singing style. The sisters never intersected in Vanity Fair. In her later years, Loretta's health deteriorated day by day. My sister has always been with me, which makes her very happy. This emotion of blood being thicker than water cannot be exchanged for any honor. But my sister also knows in her heart, the man my sister couldn't let go of the most in her life was actually that man, the man who changed her life before she became famous. Without a doubt, her husband Oliver Dittlin ranks first. To outsiders, their marriage is a mess. Deception, arguments, domestic violence, and even separation. Lolita never hides these ugly things either. But I must admit, this man is the first person in the world to believe in her musical talent. When his family was at its poorest, he lived a frugal life and saved money to buy a guitar for Loretta, force her to sing on stage. If it weren't for him, Loletta may be the wife of a coal miner who will spend the rest of her life. This tumultuous marriage lasted for nearly 50 years, until her husband's death in 1996. They have hurt and forgiven each other before. In her later years, Loretta let go of her past hatred. Only each other's attachment remains. Her classic love songs have made countless people cry. In fact, these are all reflections of her real life. She has proven this throughout her life. The deepest love is often not perfect, but even though it is scarred, this is an inseparable fate. Perhaps that's why her songs can travel through time and touch people's hearts, because every lyric poem hides her passionate life. After listening to Loretta's story, who do you think is her lifelong lover? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Perhaps you have also experienced this imperfect but genuine emotion. Pain and love are intertwined. If this story can resonate with you, remember to subscribe. Let's listen to more flesh and blood stories like this together. Thank you for hearing the final message.